fear is the strongest emotion that a human has. We have to let go of that so that we can move into a new direction.
Again, within the
Fear
spiritual
holds us back. It cripples us.
A lot of
and too many
distortion
people are
about the
bound
ego,
up in it. That's one of the things I've been told
unkindness,
to tell
if you like,
people is to
about what
let
the
go
ego
of
is.
fear. Also to let go of
Various
karma.
levels of interpretation.
Those
So
are the two
I
main
just want to
things,
give you
because
my
we
understanding
drag
of
karma
it in the
around. It's
hope
like a lot of
that
baggage
it
and
helps you
garbage.
see another
And it holds
person
us back and
and
makes
have
us sick.
compassion for them
Until we can dump
as the
these
observer,
things, we're not going to
but
be able to
also
move forward into the new
beauty
world, the
of
new
seeing
dimension,
yourself.
and the new frequencies.
And having
But that was
kindness
my
for
main
your
message
own
I've been
ego.
told to tell people, is
in
to release
understanding it,
karma, because
okay?
in anything that's going to hold
So
you
if we
back,
go back
you
to
don't
say
need.
the natural
Karma is the
human
garbage
being,
and the baggage we carry around with
the
us
natural one being
through the different
pure human
lifetimes.
being,
Sometimes it goes to a relationship, and sometimes
doesn't
we've had the
carry all
relationship
the
with the same
baggage that has
people through
accrued
many
thousands
lifetimes,
and thousands
set up a
of years
pattern
in the mental
on
mind.
the same
Let's
life,
take
the same
natural,
situations
organic, if you
repeating
call it, the
itself again and
organic human
again.
being. How the
Because if you
human was
don't work it
originally
out,
designed.
you have to come back and
It
do
was
it over
designed
again. And
in
before
its
you come into a
purity
life, you're on the other side,
of
you're
physical
reviewing
form.
your life you just left.
To have a
And
limited
karma is the
experience,
law of balance, cause
in
and
the
effect.
sense that
If you've done
solidity
something in the other
limits.
life, you don't get
That's
out
what I
of
mean
it.
by
Not even this
limited
life
experience,
either.
because
Everything you do,
solidity
what
is
goes
light
around comes
condensed.
around.
So
But when you're on the other
therefore,
side,
it
you
is
discuss the
limited
life
to
you've just
being
left
in
with
a
those
certain
people you were
frequency
involved
bandwidth.
with. And you'll say, well, we didn't do such a good
Within
job,
the
did
mind,
we?
within the
Let's go back and
process,
try it
there
again.
is a
This time
little
you be the husband, I'll
program
be the wife,
designed called,
you
we
be the
can call
mother,
it
I'll
the
be the
ego.
daughter. You can switch
But
roles
actually,
around any
another
way
word
you
you could
want.
call it is the
But you're
protector.
brought back into the same
Okay?
situation
So
again and
you take
again.
man walking
That's why a lot of
along
people
and there's
can't
a branch
understand,
about to
why do
fall
I
on
keep
his head.
drawing the same
The
thing to
ego
me
will
over and
look
over
up,
again, the same
see
kind
the
of
branch
people,
about to fall,
the
and
same
jump
kind of
away.
situation? It's
Protecting the
because
human
they have
body.
not worked it out yet. They've not
That's
figured
what
it
the ego
out.
was designed
The
for
same
originally.
situation
I've said this
again
before
and
years
again.
ago, but we'll just repeat it.
And this is what happens. And if you don't work it out, you're going to have to come
So
back
you're
and do it
walking
again with
along
the same
road
people.
and
So the idea
an
is to
animal
do it
or,
now, to get
an
rid of it
animal is
now.
about to
Get rid of
attack
the
you,
garbage and the
say,
baggage.
thousands of years ago.
And you can identify it
And you
by
get to decide
those
whether
feelings.
to run away from the animal,
Is there something about the
or you get
situation
to
that
decide
doesn't feel
to
right?
stand and fight.
One of the
That's
best
the
ways to
ego.
get rid
It's
of it
trying to
is just to
protect
forgive the
human
person and
body.
release it and let it go.
So the
And I've had
ego is
clients that
housed
tell me,
within
I
the
can't
mind,
forgive them and
within
let
the
them go. You don't
processor.
know
It's
what
a
they
mini
did to me.
program.
But as long as
And
they're
its
holding on
only
to it, that's
design
karma.
was to protect
When you release it,
the
you've let
body.
it go and you don't have that karma
And you
anymore.
have to remember also
But they have a
that
terrible time doing it
this
because they're so
processor,
stuck with
which
that.
holds the ego.
But
So
until you
the
can release
ego
it and
itself
let the person go
has
with
no
love, you say, you go
understanding
your way,
whatsoever
I'll go mine, it's
of
not working,
any other
let's tear up the
dimensions
contract.
other than 3D
We're just
and 4D.
not going to work anymore. You go your way, I'll go
doesn't
mine.
exist in the fifth.
When you do that, it's
in-
like a miracle happens. You don't
in-
have to do it face to
in
face. You
the
can do it
distorted way
mentally
it's
to the
become,
person.
which I'll explain.
saying enough is enough. I've had it. You go your way,
That's
I'll
what
go
the ego is
mine, we
designed
tear up
for,
the contract.
To protect you.
And then when it happens,
From the
all of a
physical
sudden they can't
reality.
push the buttons
So
anymore.
the soul creates
It's
the
only a
physical
game
body,
anyway.
Yeah.
You ever
Experiences
notice that?
with the physical body,
People
and the
know
ego
what
is
buttons to
designed
push to get you
protect the
upset, to get you
physicality of the
angry,
body
to get a
itself
reaction out of
from
you.
danger.
Once you
And that's
forgive
it.
them, let it go and release
That's all
it,
it is. That's all it
they
was.
can't push the buttons anymore. It doesn't
Until
bother you anymore.
It got
Then it's
distorted
no
and
fun.
added to.
And they stop.
And so instead of just being
But then you release
fearful of
out
a
of
tree
it,
falling
and you
or
go
an
on to
animal
your
coming
next
at you,
lesson, which
became
may or
fearful
may
of a
not be
person
better. But at
coming
least it's a
you.
different lesson.
And then it became fearful
And then
of
you
the
get to
words
where you
spoken by the
realize
person
when you
coming
are
at you.
creating karma,
And that's
and you
where
know how
the
to stop
ego
it before it goes any further.
Gradually.
That's what this time is all
If
about.
this is the human
Getting
being,
rid of the
this
karma.
is you,
Don't
me,
carry it any
human
further,
being,
and try not to
to
create any
different
more.
degrees. And I
That's what this
emphasize
time
different
is about
degrees
right now.
because everybody
And I said
has
earlier, getting
allowed
rid
the
of the
ego
fear.
to take over to
The
different
fear
degrees.
and the karma, the two things you've got to let
But
go
if
of.
this is the human body,
But
the
we're
purple
coming
head
to a
today.
time, especially with the new earth, where the karma won't
ego
exist anymore. Those that still have it and hang on to it are
potentially
not going to move forward.
take over.
It's the main
And
cause
take
of
over,
cancer,
and take
especially
over,
in
and
the
take
intestinal
over,
area,
and take
is
over
holding
the
on to
human.
anger, holding on to it, not being
So
able to
this
talk
is
about it,
part
not
I'd
being able to
love
release it. And after
for
a
you to
while, it
understand,
just
because
begins
it's
to churn
beautiful
around,
in
begins to eat away
understanding
at the organs,
why
and
you
it
react the way
creates
you do,
cancer
and
because
why
we
other
hold
people react
everything
the way they do.
within.
There's
That's
a
the main
beauty
thing
to
I've
it.
found with cancer.
There's an
The
understanding
person
that
can't
you can
talk
have in
about
your
it, they can't
heart,
release it.
and
And
that is
I had one man
we've
to
got
come
this
to me
original ego
who had
that took
cancer
up,
in every
say,
part of
this
his body.
much of the human
Every
being,
time the doctors
okay?
would operate
Just
on
this
one
much,
part,
just
it
to
would come
protect
back
it,
at another
and
part.
the
He'd
solidity of the
operate
world,
there and would come back
dangers
somewhere else in his
in
body.
order to help the body survive
And
live,
I asked him, "Are you
okay?
angry at anything?"
Not die in an instant.
He said,
as
"Yes,
soon as
my
it was born.
ex-wife, I
Okay?
hate her.
It's designed to protect
She
it.
has the children and she won't let me see them."
But
And I
then
said, "The only way you're going to get rid of this is to forgive her
depends on the
and
human
release
being,
her and let her
over time,
go."
over the evolution
He
of
said, "I can't do
humankind,
that. I can't
the
forgive her.
ego
If I forgive her, she has
started
won."
to have another experience.
I said, "She will win if she
And
kills you."
let's take it to this lifetime and say that other
It's that
experience
simple.
was a
We don't hurt
parent
anybody else. We're only
shouting at
hurting
you.
ourselves by holding all of these
And
things
so
in.
the ego decided it needed to protect
That's what I do
itself,
in my work, is to
and
get
so it
people
would
to
have a
realize
particular
this.
reaction in order to protect the child. And so the child reacted a certain way, which might be to run away, it might be to fight, it might be to scream, it might be to go quiet and say nothing. But whatever way, it was designed, this ego, to protect the child. My way was to not, what's the word? Not react, not talk back, because then anything as a child would be over quicker. So that was how my ego coped with surviving this reality, was to not add fuel to the fire and to stay quiet. And so that's what my ego did to survive, to protect my body. But somebody else, it could be to shout, argue, blah, blah, blah. And then you have another experience and the ego reacts. And it reacts this way. And then the ego can become more and more and more until, look what happens, or can potentially happen, is instead of being the human being in its pure organic form, the human thinks it is the ego. So in other words, this little program that was designed to protect it, the human thinks it now is all of this ego, and it isn't. This is a sheath, a shield of protection. This is a layer of protection that the human being has allowed to envelop it and envelop it and envelop it and envelop it until the human thinks it is that. I am angry. I am upset. I will walk away. I will cry. I am this. I am my anger. I am hurt. I am my pain. No, you're not. You're not. You're this. This is what you are underneath this. And so this whole 4D experience is the experience of being triggered by others. And what is triggered? The ego is triggered. For the human to look at, to see past, what is this protection? What is this pain? What is this fear that I have that is so distorted? And once it's seen through, it's let go of. And then it's let go of and let go of and let go of. And eventually the ego becomes less. It becomes back to this small value that it is. And that's why I say, I was trying to correct myself before, because it's not that we lose all the ego, it's that we return to the true pure part of the ego, which is just to protect this physical body. so that you have that physical life. Just to run, you know, jump out of the way of the tree falling or the bus coming towards you. Yeah? But all our reactions that are defense reactions, that are defense-based, it's just the ego protecting itself. Protecting this human. That's what it's designed to do. The ego is your protector. There's nothing wrong with it. It's trying to protect you. But what's happened is it all got distorted, and then this person thinks it is this. And then this person outside of them thinks it is this. And it isn't actually at a higher level true. So when you look at another person reacting, you can kind of understand why. You can have compassion for their difficulties, because you can see that they haven't worked through something that is yet to come, that is yet to be worked through. It doesn't mean you have to accept what they're dishing out to you at all, because that then comes to choice, which we'll talk about as well. But you can understand, you can have compassion, you can have sight. You can be the observer of the fact that they're still running a pattern or a program that they're not ready to see. And every one of us, we get through our programs at our own time.